section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the.
Tyson Fury being spoken to by Ben Davison. And there's the moment, the pre-fight kiss. I have never, ever seen that before. I respect his man. Don't go back to listen, I've never cheated in my life. I play fair and square. He's got a bad hatred towards me, I don't know why. Well, let me tell you, he lost like a man tonight. He put me down 3 times and put him down 4. Great heavyweight fight.
I don't believe in all that stuff at all.
I do.
Because Jesus Christ is my saviour, and I don't believe in all spirits and alter egos. And even mentioning stuff like that on TV, you're getting it. And honestly,
that's the difference.
If God is with me, nobody can be against me. And if you're entering spirits and stuff into your body, you can't win. You've already lost. You can't beat me. I sit here today as a sincere man who tells the truth and hides nothing behind no curtains. I'm beating you. I'm not lucky, I'm blessed.
You think this is an easy fight?
100%. 100%. I cannot be beat by a fighter. A normal fighting man cannot beat the Gypsy King. The only person who can ever beat the Gypsy King is me, Tyson Fury. And I would be that downfall. But the Gypsy King is indestructible. Never ever had problems, never had mental health struggles, never had anything. Tyson Fury is a flawed character. And the only man who can beat the Gypsy King is Tyson Fury.
Go! You
Hello there, I'm just after getting off the phone with Daniel Kinahan. He's just informed me that the biggest fight in British boxing history has just been agreed. Get up there, my boy! Big shout out, Dan. He got this done. Literally over the line. 2-fight deal. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua next year. One problem, I just got to smash Deontay Wilder's face right in the next fight. And then we go into the Joshua fight next year. So there we are. The Gypsy King versus AJ is on for next year, but there's a hurdle in the road called the Bronze Bomber, aka the Knockout King, and I will get on to him. Just got off the phone from Prince Khalid of Saudi Arabia. He told me this fight's a 100% on. August 14th, 2021, summertime. All eyes of the world will be on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And I cannot wait, repeat, cannot wait to smash Anthony Joshua on the biggest stage of all times. This is going to be the biggest sporting event ever to grace the planet Earth. Do not miss it. All eyes on us. Peace out. God bless. See you all in Saudi!
Well, see, the one thing I do like though is because people are questioning Fury now, and he should be questioned because he really got let off the hook when he tested positive way back when. If the drug testing system was better in England, he never would have got to Vladimir Klitschko. He would have got caught in the Christian Hammer fight before he got to Klitschko, and he never would have had that opportunity to fight for the championship. So, and he was never made to to pay for it. I mean, yeah, he got the backdated suspension, but like I said, he made the whole crazy story with the having uncastrated boar meat and all that. I know I'm repeating myself here, but it has to be said because no one's ever held him accountable for his actions. Every time he does something stupid, he just says something crazy. People write it, they laugh it off. I'm not going to sit here and say white privilege, but it's really teetering pretty close to that. I mean, think about it. Think about it. I mean, up until maybe a couple, we saw Fury roaming around maskless. Deontay Wilder caught more hell for wearing headphones at a press conference than Fury did for, his irresponsible actions in getting this fight postponed.
The devil is a motherfucking liar. So I ain't worried. Biatch. Stupid bitch.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. And of course, conventional media, old media, they ain't gonna say shit about this. The haters All they know is us and how we support Wilder, and we're fanboys and fangirls. And, ask them how many times they mentioned this man on the left. Walking with guess who? The Gypsy Queen. But don't worry. We got you. We got the scoop. The Sensei Stormy B-Man's in the building. How you doing, good brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Multitasking this morning. I got this, I got housework, I got everything going, but hey, I'm rolling with it, man. Had a premiere. Listen, man, I'm excited. It's F-It Friday, and I'm just saying, like everybody else, let's get it.
Let's get it, man. It's a fuck it Friday, F-U-Q. It's a fuck it Friday. And I had some trouble this morning too. I'll tell you about it behind the scenes, but with God's grace, everything is okay. But that's what neighbors are for. We got to look out for our neighbor. She had a little accident this morning, and now, she's an elderly, and she's elderly in her mind. You know what I mean? So we got to do the neighborly thing and make sure she's okay. But that's why we're here, and we got none other than Art Hostage in the building. Morning.
How you doing, Stormy? How you doing, Drew?
What's good, Art? Good to see you this morning, man.
Yeah. I mean, I've had problems as well. I dropped my phone and it went down a drain. So I can't get into my YouTube account. So they got to send me a new SIM card. And now we got postal strikes in the UK, which is delaying it further. So this account I'm using is my Sheriff Art Hostage second YouTube channel, because I can't get into my other one with the two-step verification. So I'm waiting for a SIM card to come through. That's why I haven't been commenting on your shows, because I can't get in.
Holy shit, I'm sorry you going through that, man. I mean, these phones are our lives nowadays, aren't they? That's crazy.
Yeah, I leant over outside and the phone was in my top pocket. It fell out my pocket, bounced on the drain, and I said, oh, please, no. And then I heard plop into the water, and it was gone. And so I had to telephone up again and say, can you send me a SIM card so I can use it for my banking and getting back onto YouTube and everything. And then we got postal strikes in the UK, so there's been no post. So it's been a week now.
Unbelievable, man. I'm sorry you're going through that, man. Ain't there something?
Well, anyway, apart from that, we've had incredible news this week on the multiple arrests in Dubai and all over Europe. And we've got a new name to throw in the mix alongside Daniel Kinahan. And that man's name is Ryan James Hale, who was arrested in Dubai and described as the British crime lord of the cartel that supplies a third of the cocaine to Europe.
All right, let me get to these super chats real quick, because we're gonna cook on that. And I see the family. I love y'all. Please hit the like button. Salute to y'all. We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook like stew this morning, because there's things that are connected that y'all wouldn't know unless Art Hostage brought it to you. Because there's things that I didn't know. And he's been sending me stuff all weekend, all week long, and I appreciate him. Jermaine Jubilee in that super chat, much love and appreciation, man. Thank you so much, my brother. And my brother, the Do Better podcast with Theo Coop. He says, Drew Titan, LLC, Stormy B-Man. He shared a short of mine and then went viral past the plate, man. Salute to you, my brother. And sidebar, salute to G5 Gabe. My brother just cracked 1,030 subs yesterday. That's what we do here. Each one teach one. We grow over here. I'm so proud of my brother. Yes, that's what we do here. That's what we do here. Each one teach one. I want everybody to shine. I want everybody to eat. We grow over here. We build shit. We don't burn shit. That's what we do. So Art Hostage, man. I see the family. I didn't do the roll call this morning, but the family's here. So let's cook. Where do we begin, Art Hostage? Where do we begin?
Well, for a long time now, we've all been focusing on Daniel Kinahan and the Kinahan cartel. But what you need to do, we need to break it down in a kind of Godfather sense so that we need to know the structure. So now, right at the top of the table, we have Christy Kinahan Sr. and Daniel Kinahan. Right at the top. Just below those, you have Raphael Imperiali, Ridwan Taghi, Edin Gakanin, El Rico, and now we add the name Ryan James Hale and a Panamanian called Meza. They all run their own cartels independently, okay, but the Kinahans are almost like a broker who broker the deals from South America and then find the buyers for the drugs and take a percentage each end and also launder the money. So what has happened in this case, which is the opposite of what happened in the El Chapo case, the Guzman case, they just took out Guzman, left in all the structures, and the cartel continued. Well, in this case, they've eaten the snake from the tail upwards. And as they've gone along, they've been arresting people. And in September, we saw Johnny Morrissey arrested. And now we've seen all of these arrested. And they are now at the neck of the snake. And all that is left are Daniel Kinahan and Christy Kinahan Sr. and maybe a few other people. But those are the two people left. And you have to ask yourself why. And now what has also come to light, which is a revelation, is that Ryan James Hale is a director of a company called KD Sports Promotions, and also is a director is a man called David Ganache, who is a close friend, close advisor for the last 15 years of none other than Anthony Joshua.
Ah, y'all hear that?
So now we have a connection between Daniel Kinahan and Tyson Fury, and we now have a connection between Ryan James Hale, another drug kingpin cartel boss, and David Ganesh, who is the close advisor to Anthony Joshua. And they were directors of a sports promotion company, which I sent you the details of.
Yes, yes. Now, I hope y'all are paying attention. Does it make sense? Remember, we was wondering why the fuck is Tyson Fury calling out AJ? And this was before the Usyk rematch. And we was like, why is he doing that? He just lost. He has nothing. He don't have the 3 belts. Y'all remember that? And he was talking like that fight will be a shoo-in, easy to make. Remember when Fury got on his video, his social media, and said he would fight him for free, all the proceeds go to charity? Remember all that crazy talk? And we was trying to figure out what the fuck that was. Well, here we are. Proceed, Mr. Art Hostage.
So now we have a situation where obviously the only targets left now for law enforcement are the Kinahans themselves. And we go back to the very big question is, why have they not been taken down as yet? And people can raise the spectre that Christy Kinahan Sr. has been an MI6 asset for decades, which we went into 6 months ago, and everyone laughed at me. But all of a sudden, with all the connections of buying military jets, laundering money through the Hawala system for Hezbollah, the Iranian government, using the Kinahan cartel hitman Imri Arakas to kill Iranian dissidents, as well as gangsters as well. And now we've seen that one of the cronies, or alongside Daniel Kinahan, is a man called Ryan James Hale, under arrest in Dubai, who's got connections to Anthony Joshua. The rabbit hole goes very, very deep.
Man, if any of you think that this is useless information, I beg to differ. That name, Daniel Kinahan, he's the last piece of the puzzle right here. Everybody else is caught. Everybody's caught. I did a video where they said that this trial is going to begin. They was very specific, didn't they? They said 2024. Bob Arum and the whole shit. Y'all remember I did that video like a month ago? And they were speaking as if they already know Daniel Kinahan is going to be caught. They said that trial's going to begin in 2024. They were talking like, yo, it's like they're letting him live right now. The man is on the run. They don't even know if he's in Dubai.
Well, I mean, that's debatable, Drew. Personally, I think that they have not moved since April because the closest protection that they can get is from Dubai, from the government, the UAE government. And so they have been exactly where they are. And they could have been sitting down with authorities, dismantling the global drug underworld, okay, as perhaps used for mitigation somewhere down the line. We don't know. We honestly don't know. But no one can understand why we've had all of these arrests. We've now gone to Dubai. 6 drug lords have been arrested in Dubai, and yet the Kinahans remain free. So we want to know why.
Salute to Alfred in that super chat. Much love. He says, what the hell? This is why Fury wants to fight AJ, but the block is too hot. Now, otherwise, they would have made the fight. They're all deep. They're all in deep trouble. The only questions is who gets bodied and who lives in the end.
And also, don't forget, we've been seeing fights going on in the Middle East. We saw, that over the summer, and all of those fights in the background, with all the connections, the Kinahans still lurk large. See, what people have to understand, you get your normal drug cartels, but then the Kinahans brought together 5 or 6 or more drug cartels together, and together they would order loads of cocaine from South America, between 10 tons, 20 tons, 30 tons per load. So they would all put money into the pot. The Kinahans would collect the money. If they would pay the producers, they would send 10, 20 tons a time into Europe and then divide it up amongst the other cartels. With the structure we've discovered is a new level in organised crime, which is above all of the cartels that we have got used to knowing. And this is the Kinahans. This is where they come into play. They sit above all of them, right? Not only in seniority, but they just conduct it like a ringmaster from right at the top, with the connections in South America, with the buyers in Europe and Asia. And their role, you see, is to collect a percentage each end, launder the money, but they have got nothing to do with the individual operations of these cartels. Like Martin Hale used Metza in Panama for 10 tons of cocaine. Rafael Imperiali would use a connection to get some for the Camorra. But then when the loads come in, they get 10 tons. There might be a ton for Rafael Imperiali, a ton for Targi, 2 tons for Hale. And that's the way it's worked. It's a super cartel headed and run by Christy Kinahan Sr. and Daniel Kinahan.
Let me ask you a question, because I see my brother Santi L's comment in here. And is this a possibility? Because, nothing's far-fetched. He says, the feds already talked to Kinahan. He pays them residual fees to keep the cat and mouse game going. Do you think that's possible?
It could have been, well, maybe not the feds, but, I mean, there's certainly assets of MI6, the British Secret Service, with regards to terrorism, money laundering in the Middle East. They certainly are, and whether they've been sitting down with MI6 and they've been passing information onto the DEA and they've been, because we've seen more arrests and more loads that have been taken down in 2022 than I think we ever have in history. Go through it. You've got Otenau in Colombia. You've got Mayo, who murdered the DEA agent back in the 80s, was taken down. You've got tons and tons taken down. You've got all these arrests recently. So there seems to me to be someone behind the scenes giving them all the information.
Wow. Brother Focus Ball, he says, do you think the Arabs are letting Kinahan rock because they are trying to make Saudi a cultural attraction with sports, and Kinahan supplies them with boxing and MMA? Do you think that's the trade-off there?
Well, again, that could be true because the Saudis want to get into a lot of sports, including boxing and MMA. But you've got to remember also for PR purposes, okay, this might be all right up until a point, but then all of a sudden they then become an embarrassment, you see. But I think that they're getting protection from the UAE, and there's even talk that Daniel Kinahan converted to Islam.
What?
Okay? Oh, yeah. I mean, several people that have spoken to him, even this year, before the sanctions, were saying that he greets them with like an Islamic greeting, and he's very, he is converted to Islam, and that may be the reason why that he might be allowed to stay there.
Time out. What? It's a possibility Daniel Kinahan converted to Islam.
Yeah. I mean, look. Historically, look in jail. How many prisoners convert to Islam to try to get better conditions, better food, and then maybe be able to join a group of people to give them protection? In the UK, Muslim gangs within jail are very prominent. And in this instance, I mean, what better thing for him to do would be to do that, and that may come into question as well. I mean, there was talk in July when President Biden visited Saudi Arabia for the conference and the UAE that the Kinahans were going to be lifted, but the Americans got a snub at that time. Whether that has changed since then, we don't know. But these arrests that have happened are as close as you can possibly get to the Kinahans without them being arrested themselves.
Oh my God. If we see Daniel Kinahan with a goddamn kufi on his head, I'm going to roll on the floor. My brother True Boxing Night says, he says, Drew, do you think that Daniel Kinahan can be a spy for the English government? I wouldn't know. Man. But if he converted to Islam, I mean, how noble? Come on, man. He's not noble. After all, come on, bro. That man got blood on his hand. He still got blood on his hands. Don't convert to Islam. You want to convert to Islam? Go turn yourself in and tell the truth. Then convert to Islam. Don't convert to Islam just to be walking away free. If you convert to Islam, be walking away free. What does that say about the motherfuckers that are allowing you in Saudi Arabia to walk free? Those aren't noble people either. Remember, find one Muslim KKK member. You won't find any. The Ku Klux Klan are all Christians. They just interpret that book different. You understand? So fuck no, I don't believe any of that shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. What? Get the fuck out of here. What? Get the fuck out of here, man. Man, we need to go in there. Oh my God, blow it all up. Blow their spot. Blow their spot. I'm sick of this shit.
Well, and also, Drew, I mean, just to expand a little bit, you remember when all the video and the photographs, right, came out from the 2017 Daniel Kinahan wedding, where all the other cartel bosses were? You remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, the wedding. Well, those photographs and video were taken by an undercover DEA agent. Okay, and then they got released in the press. There is also the talk about a DEA couple, a couple posing as a couple, a man and a woman from the DEA who went undercover to infiltrate the Kinahans and are missing, presumed dead. That hasn't even come out. We spoke about that 6 months ago. And just to back that up, the DEA had an undercover agent in the El Burj Hotel in 2017 when Daniel Kinahan got married, and they photographed all the gangsters and the drug cartel bosses at his wedding. And so this was a continuation of that. And so this is another reason that hasn't been made public, that there are two DEA agents that are now missing, presumed dead. Now, we don't know whether they're American or whether they just work for the DEA or who they are. But again, that's another reason why the American authorities are really eager to get their hands on the Kinahans.
Now, you would think we just talking about crime. We are talking about crime, but this affects boxing, y'all, or has affected boxing, y'all. Y'all notice since this Daniel Kinahan shit came to light and MTK Global went down, there's been less and less bullshit. This Daniel Kinahan shit popped up, Canelo loses on the cards. Not that he was connected to that shit, but it was like, you know what? Everybody has to be on their P's and Q's. You see how shit rolls up and downhill? We better not fuck this off. All right? And the latest shit was with this motherfucker from the Philippines, with the Manny Pacquiao situation. Oh, we're not letting any of this go. We're not letting any of this go. Just like I asked, what happened to the American Anthony Joshua fans? Still looking for you motherfuckers. I'm asking what happened to the American, all the Manny Pacquiao fans. When we told you this motherfucker was a glorified marketing scheme, there you go. There you go. Not to say that this ref had anything to do with Daniel Kinahan, but what we're saying is the sport is fucked off and it's corrupt. We watch it. They got us. They get us every weekend. But don't act like this shit doesn't exist. All right? The Anthony Joshua. Now, let's go back real quick. Who's the fella that's directly connected to Anthony Joshua that's involved in this? So that people can know, so that people can understand. Art, you there?
Yeah, sorry about that, Drew. Sorry. Well, yeah, I mean, this goes so deep. I mean, you can't even imagine. And we haven't even got into the political figures and possibly royal family figures, which the Kinahans, knowing Christy Kinahan as we do, how clever he is, he would have a lot of potential blackmail material, which, you know, they might be considering, you know, worried about being released. You know, they have things called a dead man switch. If he doesn't reset it, it gets released and things. I mean, this is the kind of level of high-level espionage that we're dealing with. We're dealing with something out of a sort of James Bond novel. You know, we're dealing with something that has never been realised on such a huge scale. You know, you're talking about independent drug cartels all coming together as a super drugs cartel, okay, moving so much drugs from South America because the American market was saturated. But we're talking about 20, 30 tons and 2-3 loads like that a month. I mean, that 20 tons that were found in Philadelphia in 2019. They don't talk about the 3 loads previously that had got through. So there's 50, 60 tons of cocaine back in 2019. So this market is so huge, and the amount of money involved is actually purveying and corrupting law enforcement, politics, absolutely everywhere. It's really, really is, from top to bottom, down onto the street level where we're getting shootings, we're getting innocent children being shot and caught up in the crossfire, far from the bright lights of Dubai and the billionaire lifestyle. It's affecting millions of people.
So when we see, I'm sorry, go ahead and keep talking. I got to take this call. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, as I say, you know, it's starting to come to light. And as I said before, there's going to be a lot of people who are very disappointed in seeing some of the biggest sporting icons of the last few decades are going to be caught up in this. And while some of the links may be tenuous, I mean, let's not fool ourselves or kid ourselves. We all know that they know exactly what's going on. So if one of Anthony Joshua's close advisors is a director of a company with a drug cartel boss, of course Anthony Joshua knows. You know, these people don't put their fingers in their ear when they talk about drug cartel bosses. Tyson Fury doesn't put his fingers in his ear every time he hears the name Daniel Kinahan. They just pretend they don't know. They know everything, and they're all implicated, and some of them more than others.
So AJ's a gangster. AJ's no saint.
Well, no, he does the gangsters. You know, he walks the walk. Well, he talks the talk like a gangster. Well, maybe he walks the walk. We don't know what investments he's got. We don't know what things go on. You know, with people that he's very, very close to. We don't know. So yes, Anthony Joshua talks the gangster talk. Well, maybe he walks the gangster walk. But then again, he's not alone. We've seen so many people that have got into bed with these criminals and drug cartel bosses. We've seen Tyson Fury, we've seen Bud Crawford, we've seen Anthony Joshua now. You know, going forward, Dillian White trained with Lee Edel, a known drug boss. Bob Arum, yeah, he's back in the UK. Well, Bob Arum's covered his tracks, so he's all happy because he'll give evidence against anyone to protect himself. You know, I mean, he's a wily old character, Bob Arum. So at the end of the day, if he's done any wrongdoing, it'll be part of a plea deal where he gets full immunity from prosecution. But this is all coming down. I mean, it's coming to a head now. I mean, there's no reason why the Kinahans can't be lifted tomorrow. You know, there's no reason now. The kind of people we're seeing arrested in Dubai in the last 2 weeks really are the closest that you can get to the Kinahans without touching them. Okay? As I say, they've been eating the snake from the tail, and we're now at the neck.
Man, this is great, man. I'm glad DOG mentioned that. Bob Arum is back in the UK. I guess he feels it's safe. Because Daniel Kinahan seems like he's the last piece to the puzzle. And from a boxing perspective, because boxing is just how they wash their money. Art Hostage, you was very instrumental in that information that you gave us, like how they'll put shit in your bag, put shit in your watch. This is how they move their shit all around. And this is how you see we talk about these things because we mentioned that Bud shit. Now let me mention something here. And here's how it possibly affects him. You know I got to play this for y'all, right? Watch this, y'all.
Looking for you, Errol. Where you at? I'm in the ocean. You say you the big fish. I'm looking for you. Fucking goofy ass shirt. Where your ass at? Oh, whole ass. Well, you got a lot of room to hide in this motherfucker. I don't know if I can find you in the ocean. See, this ocean big in the motherfucker, man. We ain't gonna be able to find your punk ass out here. Got a lot of places to hide.
That was in Dubai, y'all. That was in Dubai. And I'm not even joking. When he said he was getting on a plane to go talk to Daniel Kinahan, I'm like, why is he doing that? Uh-oh. And then that video popped up like a day or two later. I said, well, okay, all right. Then some months later, MTK went down. And then there's a no-fly list. And now there's multiple people cooperating. And now this guy's on the run. Can I ask y'all a question? And salute to Uncle KQKC, because he's been on it too. Have y'all heard anything from Bomac? Here's why I'm asking. Because I don't think Bud goes to Dubai to meet Daniel Kinahan if it wasn't for Bomac. Bomac handles a lot of his business. And I knew something was crazy when he sat up there and told BFTB, he let it leaked out that they went the WBO route because it was the easy route. You remember that shit? It was the easy route. And we went crazy. Bud fans, not so much. Bud fans was like, oh my God. When he said that shit, we were like, see? Bud fans was like, don't! Y'all done fucked it off. Great. But I said, man, if he's that inept that he's so reckless with his mouth that he would say some shit like that for the world to hear. What else is going on there? Remember when I said it's a possibility that he convinced Bud to go get that bread? $20 million from Daniel Kinahan to fight Sean Porter? Remember I said that? I'm not concerned about what Bomac's cut was or whatever, but what I'm saying is, since the Black Prime thing and everything else, can I ask y'all, has Bomac done an interview? I'm just asking. I don't know. Is he still in Bud's corner? I'm just asking because I don't know. Can anyone? I know, look, I know Drink More Water's probably listening. Cooking with Sir's probably listening. I need the Bud fans because you know why? I'm not like, aha. I'm not doing that. I was very clear when I said I don't want Bud fucking with that guy. Y'all remember I said that. I said, look, I want Bud to eat. I want him to make millions of dollars, but I don't want him fucking with that guy. I'm on record saying that. I'm not like, aha, like how Bud fans do Errol when he flipped his car. When that video of him being allegedly intoxicated came out, y'all celebrate shit like that. That's not me. I don't go that far. Not with Bud. Now I do pick Errol to whip Bud's ass. That I do. But I was very clear. I said I don't like this move, him going to Dubai to talk to him. I draw the line at getting your money with a lot of things. That was equivalent to, yeah, man, go down there and just get some back shots from that dude. Wait, whoa, what? Yeah, he's going to give you $20 million. Whoa! What'd you ask me to do? Go down and get what? No. I'll work till I'm 80 before I go anywhere to get back shots from any man. What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. Some of you motherfuckers will be where my ticket at. Some of you motherfuckers. I don't play those games. I did not want Bud going down there. Now he in the ocean. Where you at, Earl? I said, oh yeah, great. He's calling him out, but he's in Dubai. I don't like this shit. He's talking with that dude. And look what happened. And since then, since all of this is unraveled, I'm asking you right now, December 2nd, 2022, have y'all seen anything with Bomac? Y'all seen any pictures with Bud and Bomac? Has he done any interviews? Because Bomac is usually the one that's the most vocal. Since he wasn't even sitting on the couch next to Bud with that tell-all thing. Where's Bomac, y'all? That's my question. Can anyone tell me where the fuck is Bomac? Anyone? Has anyone seen Bomac? That was $20 million Daniel Kinahan gave Art Hostage. He gave him $20 million for the Sean Porter fight? Is that accurate?
That's correct, yes. But what you got to remember, though, to be fair, okay, with Bud Crawford, you see, all this gangster talk and bling and all that, it sounds good and it's lovely and all that until such time as the law enforcement knock on your door and say, we would like to have a word with you, Mr. Crawford. Do you realise who you've been getting involved in? And then all of a sudden the penny drops and then they go, oh dear, this is not like out of a movie. This is real life.
Yeah. This is sickening. And again, Bud fans, we're talking about Daniel Kinahan. Bud was down there doing business with him. I said I didn't want that for him. It has nothing to do with me picking him to lose the Errol. I said, whoa, I need that brother to stay his ass in the States and work from over here. And remember when I said it's a possibility that $20 million he got, by the time he got back here and stuck his bank card in the ATM and they said, you have no balance. Calls his bank, what you mean? They have $20 million in there. No, the U.S. government froze the fuck out your assets. You got other money elsewhere, but this $20 million, it came from this dude, and we gotta. So in essence, you really ain't got it. He wrote you a bounce check. We'll give it to you once we figure out what's good with him. But when can I get it? There's no telling. That might be some dirty money. There might be some blood on that money. Might be some cocaine, a human being that got trafficked, a few AK-47s. We don't know, but until we figure it out, we ain't giving you shit.
Thus, the transparency that Bud spoke heavily on when negotiating with Earl's people, because he got caught in the Fruit Loop. And he couldn't say why, he couldn't say what, but he acted kind of out of sorts, didn't he? With that whole negotiation situation, and Bomac was not a part of that anymore either. So when you look at things, the way it's playing out, there's so much going on behind the scenes that we are not privy to, but it's totally obvious when you start to sit and gather the information and start putting things together. Bud was so on guaranteed money, wasn't he? It's because money that was supposed to be there from the past is not his.
Man, what do I always say, y'all? Time reveals all truth. And the chickens are coming home to roost. Bars. Salute to Bob Arum, though, man.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Man, listen, this is great. And I hope, and I see the fam checking in, man. I see all of y'all, man. I'm sorry, we just cooking right now. You know what I mean? And wait, real quick sidebar. G5 Gabe, so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? And Southern T, that's some fucking bullshit, bro. And I want to know more on that information. Yo, Tank got Southern T kicked off the Twitter, y'all. Tank Davis got Southern T kicked off of Twitter. I don't know what happened, but I want to know more about that. I want to know what the fuck that's about. What is that? Wow. He getting people kicked off of Twitter? Yikes. Yikes. What happened there? I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. All I know is I got out of bed.
That feminine energy, man. The feminine energy that I talked about, where you got all of these young guys of today. Listen, there are gonna be people who do not like you. That's just life. And if you haven't been taught that as a young man, to let things roll off, okay, because you have to roll on. You understand? It's so frustrating to see all of these so-called males, and I say so-called because you might have to check inside their pants to see what's really there, because a man ain't worried about what another man say. I was always taught, until somebody put their hand on you, then you make certain that they don't put their hand on anyone else. But sticks and stones, my brothers and sisters out here, sticks and stones. And guess what? In the old days, they used to stone you to death, okay? For crimes and things like that. So when you talk about someone like Tank Davis, and he is so insecure that you cannot be critical of performances or critical of the way he's moving, his actions. You understand? He's the one that's doing it. If you don't want people to have an opinion, disappear.
There it is.
Otherwise, we're gonna say what we gotta say. It's up to you to disprove it, not to get us removed. What kind of fuddy-duddy bullshit is that?
You see, and salute to Paul Carrick in that Cash App. Much love and appreciation. And salute to my brother Lawrence Carter. Forgive me, bro. I ain't gonna read that. But salute to y'all in that Cash App. Much love, man. But let me say this, and we're gonna get back on topic, but it's all relevant. Because we're talking about AJ. His last fight, he had a fucking meltdown where he's threatening to beat up 70-year-old referees and he's throwing belts out the ring. He had a complete meltdown. That's feminine behavior, man. And he has a fault in his life. I don't know where he went wrong. All right. But I get emails at least twice a month, and I appreciate all of them. Because I do need to know who's talking about me, because sometimes it'll be somebody I thought was cool. Next thing you know, they're doing a video about me, and I'm like, I don't know where we were wrong, where we went wrong at, but I don't know. If I wronged the brother or the sister, you know, some of these motherfuckers, you know, they have my phone number. I'm like, shit, they could have called me if they felt wronged in any way. I thought we could work something out. What the fuck was that? But they choose to act like not only teenagers, but girls. Yeah, like girls. This is feminine energy. I don't want to call the man on the phone and get a proper explanation. I'm going to run to the internet and talk to about 50 people. And I'm gonna release some personal information that's not accurate anyway. And they'll be on their shit like this, their head going side to side, just like this. And I know Eric Reed, and he used to do this for a living. And my nigga. Ow. That's some feminine shit. Tank is cut from that cloth. All the tattoos, all the talent in the ring, knocking people out. Raised by your mother.
Whoa!
What? And let me add to that, Drew, because you did that video about Hector Garcia. And let me say this, because I got a video coming on that too. But I just want to put this out here to put people on game. Pedigree in the sport of boxing means far more than you all understand. Pedigree is associated with development. Development is associated with character. Character is associated with your environment, who raised you, who nurtured you, and all of that is what you have to offer the world. Now, let's take a step back, take a deep breath, think about the accomplishments of Mr. Garcia, whom they've selected to fight Tank next. Look at what's been going on in Tank's life, how he's moving, behaving, the troubles that he's having. Does this look like the table being set for something to take place that you may not expect? Think about it.
That's right.
What fighter in Tank Davis's career has he fought with pedigree? I'll wait.
I hope y'all paying attention. Now we don't have no crystal ball. But what I said in my video that I put up just last night, I said, you know what? Who knows?
Now,
stars might be aligned. Who knows?
You're putting out this talk. We're discussing feminine energy, right?
That's right.
But understand this. If one who has been tasked with having feminine energy and emotionally not right and unstable, if the going gets tough, what do you expect from that individual? Do you expect them to rise to the occasion and persevere? Or do you expect the house to burn down? History shows you what happens. Now, I will say this. A puncher always has what's called the puncher's chance. But if the person with the pedigree knows that that's all you have, think about it.
Houston, we got a problem. And let me say this, so we're going to get back on topic. Let me say this. I saw some things. I see a lot of screenshots, something that was said on Trill. All right. You motherfuckers that are taking that and running with it, y'all a bunch of bitches. Y'all are a bunch of fucking faggot ass bitches. And I swear to God, I will tell y'all to y'all face, and ain't shit y'all do about it. Screen record this. And when you see me, play this to me. And then square up, because you're going to need to. I'm knock the shit out of every last one of you. That's all I'm telling you. Because y'all a bunch of fucking faggot ass hoes for that shit. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. she said what she said. Don't play victim. Because Tio, Senior, and Lopez Jr., they said what they said. Right? But still, one motherfucker, you know why I'm so hot about this? Because they did it to me. One motherfucker that's pushing up daisies right now because he was sick. You see how the Lord works? Had the screen record when I went off on Tiafimo. Why? Deontay Wilder's a bitch, and I'll tell him to his face, I'll slap him. I'm like, whoa, nigga, you like fucking 4 feet tall compared to Deontay. You're not smacking anybody. You're not smacking anybody. I had to make phone calls like, yo, y'all had a problem with Tiafimo? No, never met him. Do y'all know he said, he just talking. Okay. What was all that hostility for? Talking hostile. This is before he lost to Cambozo. So what? He's allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants to say and we can't react? So I react. And he's unforgiving. Fuck that dude. So when people on this side say what they say, you gotta understand. Just don't act like a lot of this shit isn't for entertainment purposes. It's like whatever. Motherfuckers take things literal. Like when Deontay says, oh, I want a body on my record. That's not fun and games, and the WBC launches an investigation on him. But there was no investigation on the bitch that came in there looking like Jaime Munguia, and she was on drugs to become a man. And all we said was, yo, was she drug tested? To bully her because she gay. Yo, it's obvious the bitch is gay. But we're asking, did you fucking test her? Because she got traps bigger than mine. And what did we find out? And it's on and on and on with Marisa Suleiman. I work with Daniel Kinahan. I am not Interpol. I am not the police. I judge him from what he's doing. Week later, $5 million bounty on his head. Do I need to go further? So when we say things like feminine energy, I'm looking at these pro athletes that got all this talent. Just because your dick work and you can make a baby, that doesn't mean that you're an adult. You're just a grown fucking adolescent. Tio was wrong when he talked all that bullshit. He stood right in front of fucking Devin Haney and he let the N-word fly all over the place. Motherfucker, that's not your, I don't care where you from. That's not your word to use, nigga. So when I mocked him, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. When CC says what she says, all of a sudden she's going viral. They're trying to make her go viral. How many times Roberto Duran said he wanted to kill somebody? But he's an all-time great. It's only bad when, depending on who it comes out of. There's no feminine energy coming out of a lot of fighters. I ain't seen no feminine energy from Evander Holyfield. You saw it from Mike Tyson, though. But Mike Tyson's some of y'all favorite fighters, isn't he? Yeah, I understand that. He has a lot of feminine energy. And that's just what it is. So, Josh Smith says, Tio never talked about Wilder's baby, though. I don't give a fuck. A life is a life. And see, this is you motherfuckers.
That's that same person, man.
This is the same dude.
Back
this
in
is
the
you
house.
Motherfuckers trying to add shit that doesn't. I just said there's some comedy behind this shit. There's comedy behind the shit. Y'all will overlook a ton of bullshit said about us on this side. Just like you motherfuckers and this motherfucker from the UK. Ask how many UK channels are talking about Daniel Kinahan right the fuck now. Ask them. When we've been talking about it. We say, yo, the man got cheated. No, he didn't. Then I show you pictures, videos of Fury declining water from his own family members. Then after he knocks out Dillian White, he's asking the person, have you had this on you the whole time? Are you sure? This is the shit I'm talking about. Now watch this, Josh Smith, because you know you gotta pay to say anything on my shit. I don't give a fuck about no baby. What's the difference if you let the baby live and you kill the motherfucking guy or the woman? What's the difference? Yeah, this is my viral moment, y'all. Take this and chop it up. But if you're here the whole time, you understand what I'm saying. What's the difference? A life is a life is a life. Life is precious, right? Are we barbarians for watching boxing? You could die in that ring. That makes us barbarians, does it not? I'm the only motherfucker saying I want a clean sport. I don't want no fucking drug smugglers in the sport. I don't want no drug dealers in the sport. I don't want people pumped up on drugs and cheating in the sport. I talk about it more than everybody. And I'm getting called crazy and all kinds of fanboys. You just a wilder fanboy. Use a Flomo. I don't know. You're a Haney fan. All of this is feminine energy. I've been saying I want a clean sport for how long? Why do you think I have Art Hostage here? You stupid motherfuckers. Y'all would not know who the fuck Daniel Kennedy is because America's not talking about it. This man's been talking about it. And now that he's out in the open and we're finding out all these people have something to do with him, y'all still turning the blind eye. And we're still talking about it. And he's still on the run. Y'all have never said, you know what? You right about that. You was right about. None of you said it. Find one UK boxing channel. One. That spoke up on Daniel Kennedy. Find one. Because I don't know. I don't say it doesn't exist. I'm saying I don't fucking know. And I know Southern T, she never said baby, stupid. You motherfuckers take shit and chop it up and you think you know. Go watch the show and get your own information, stupid ass. You dumb as fuck. You're dumb as fuck. They did it to me. They chopped up my shit with Sugar Hill and made Devin Alexander say something. I said, brother, we can come on a live stream and we can have a conversation. Motherfuckers hit him up and said, watch out for Drew Titan, he's racist. Me? They told a black man that I was racist. And we spoke like gentlemen. And we also spoke behind the scenes. And we laughed about it. And you know what he said? He said, man, they try and do this. They try and do that type of shit to us all the time. I know, brother. I know. I know. A lot of people tuned in. And salute to Jermaine Bean in that super chat. Much love and appreciate you. He said, keep on punching, Drew. Salute, Stormy and Art. Salute to you, bro. I tried to... Yo, bro, listen. This is why I'm so difficult with these niggas on here, on YouTube. I'm a fucking man. I don't have to address every fucking thing. Family, you stay on your purpose. And this is all relevant to what we're saying. Art Hostage is on purpose. Stormy is on purpose. You have a fucking title, you have a subject, stick to it, speak on it. Don't let motherfuckers come in the chat and change the subject. You see why we're so hard on people? If I'm talking about Daniel Kennedy, I don't want anyone coming in my chat talking about Chocolatito and Estrada. I'm not talking about that now. I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about this. Do not try and hijack my conversation and bring it up Tank and shit. The reason why I brought it up, because this is all relevant. AJ, he act like a bitch. Tank act like a bitch. Bud acting like a bitch. Mike Tyson was acting like a bitch in his prime. Which is why he chose to bite Evander instead of fight him. This is simple shit right here. And I'm not saying if he manned up, he'd have beat Evander. What I'm saying is that's feminine behavior. It's feminine behavior. You remember John Starks in the 90s? When he was on, he was on. He couldn't miss. But once you got in his head, what happened? He's throwing air balls. He's going 1 for 11 in the finals. He's headbutting Reggie Miller in the face. He could have been greater than what he was. Right now, people don't even talk about him. But if he had a better mental, he'd have been right up there with the greats. But he would collapse. All you had to do was trash talk him. That's all you had to do. He was a streak player. The fuck? So when you look at guys like Tank, where's his father? I'm just curious. And just because he's there, that don't mean he's there. Acting like bitches. If you can't take what's being said about you on Twitter, you could block a nigga, but to get a whole nigga thrown off, now I don't know the story. I just saw my brother Southern T going off this morning. I'm like, what happened here? This is why you do not respond to everything. I don't need to. You don't need to. I am on my purpose 100% of the time. Art Haas has never moved off his square with this Daniel Kinahan shit. They laughed at him at first, and now slowly he's right. We told you there was some funny shit going on with the Wilder fights, all three of them. We said, man, that count from Jack Reese was kind of low. And we were making excuses. And so much to the point where people were saying shit like that don't happen. I said, wait a minute. There's no cheating in boxing? Oh, we know that, but it didn't happen there. Got it. And now...
And then Carlos Padilla comes out and erases that notion.
He erases
by letting you know by your fucking favorite fighter, Manny Pacquiao, before you fucking knew who he fucking was. How he got his kickstart. That they helped him along. Just like they helped him put something in his bloodstream to help him along and get those knockouts against bigger, better fighters. And they never allowed him to test positive because they can hide that information from you if you don't know that. Talk about transparency. Let me tell you about it. If something's wrong, they ain't got to tell you a damn thing. Period.
The man said, we are trained to do that. What you mean we? Referees. Referees, okay? You know, Russell Mora, Joseph Ebeko, Abner Mares, Russell Mora, the third man in the ring. You know, the same guy with the long count in round 4, Fury Wilder 3. That guy, who's now retired, and he has a prominent position with the WBO right now. Padilla was trained to do what he did. He said he was trained, which means Jack Reese was trained, which means everybody was trained. Joe Cortez, Richard Steele, those names ring a bell? You understand? Do you understand? Josh Smith says, oh, my bad, I was told she talked about his child. Let me stop right there, brother. You was told. Did you do your own research? This is the shit I'm talking about. I just said they chopped up my Sugar Hill interview, and when I spoke to Devin Alexander, he said, oh, I thought you only spoke to him for 4 minutes. I said, brother, I spoke to him for a whole half hour. They chopped it up and made it look like every time Sugar tried to talk, I overtalked him. Like how Derek Chisora did to him the other day. Did y'all see that? I didn't do that to him. I asked the question, he answered. I asked the question, he answered. And then the infamous in concert that I left him with. And if y'all think that shit is over, I keep telling y'all. Every time I say this, something else happens. I keep telling y'all, it's not over. It's not on time. That shit with Manny Pacquiao happened 22 years ago. 22. And now the truth comes out. And this fucking family's gonna say, oh, he's 88 years old. No. He knows what he said. He wasn't rambling. They say, yeah, what happened when you in the Manny Pacquiao fight? The steak dinner. We had steak that night. It wasn't like that. He said what he said. And here come the WBC. We're launching an investigation. For what? We've investigated ourselves and we found ourselves clear from any wrongdoing. This whole shit need to burn. That's been our point. Daniel Kinahan, And John Smith, listen, John Smith and everybody else, when you hear something about somebody, do your own research. And I'm not talking about going to 1,000 videos. This is my response to trail boxing. No, go to the fucking live stream and listen for yourself. It may take a while, but it's called research. That's what journalists, real journalists do. They say, okay, I don't want to go to different channels because in this day and age, you can edit people to do different shit. There's a video of me singing Crazy by CeeLo Green. Some nigga took a video and made me sing Crazy. It's hilarious. On this mic. It's fucking funny. I said, that's dope. I know I didn't do it though. So when you know technology like that exists at our fingertips, you might want to do some fucking research. Do your own research. Go to trail, and it might take, if you got enough time in your day to bullshit and dick around on YouTube and look at fucking hens fighting wolves and shit, whatever it is if you care that much, before you comment, do the research. Do the research. Because that's what I told Devin. I said, yo, you know, I sent him the link. I said, this is the whole video right here. And he said, man, this is unbelievable how they did that to you. This is what they do. So, and most of these motherfuckers out here are raised by single parents. And they're not men. They're not men. So they get on here. I don't give a fuck if you're $1 million athlete or not. You get on here, you get in your feelings, right? And you talk all this shit. Errol hasn't said a fucking word. People talk shit about him every day. He hasn't said a fucking word. Bomac disappeared. Bud talking, and it's been a train wreck ever since. I don't know what his relationship with his dad is. But I thought a father figure or a big brother figure at least was Bomac. He hasn't said a fucking word. But I'm going to gamble and say, listen, that guy Daniel Kinahan got $20 million for you. Let's go see what he about. And probably when he got home and all this shit happened, he said, Bo, I wouldn't even be going through this shit if I ain't listened to you in the first fucking place. I don't know if that happened. But Bomac's been quiet. Y'all tell me where the fuck Bomac is now. Because Bomac sent his ass down there to deal with the guy that me and Art Haas has been talking about. And the rest of the boxing world ain't talking about. MTK Global, where the fuck are they? This guy's on the run. It's a cartel, motherfuckers. But there ain't no cheating in boxing. It's a super cartel. You're right, excuse me. Super cartel. This is some real shit. So Deontay ain't get poisoned? But Bud down there fuck it off with the guy that poisoned your brother. How pro-black are you, American niggers? Huh? I'm sorry. Stand by, y'all. I gotta hit it one time for you motherfuckers. Y'all know what's coming. Y'all know what's coming. Oh, yo, cops, you know, these cops are shooting down black people and, you know, these white people and, you know, but, you know, I don't think Deontay Wilder got cheated, though. That's impossible.
Yeah, go on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Better than that!
Fuck you niggas, die. There you go. Fuck you niggas. You super niggas. You scumbag niggas. You ultra niggas. This is why I do not respond to you niggas. You're beneath me. You're underneath my size 13 Timberland pigskin boot. Okay? You're beneath me. Because all the fucking American niggas that are anti everything we do, they've never spoken up about Daniel Kinahan, but they'll do weird shit. Like have the enemy on their show. Huh? They'll have the enemy on their show.
Monkey!
This piece of shit. Huh? I ain't never getting rid of this. Motherfucker called him an asset to boxing. An asset. An asset. Where's your smoke for him? I can't wait till DK gets caught. Because I just want to I want him to take the stand. And boxing is just a small thing that he had his hand in. There's a whole bunch of other shit that they're gonna get him on. But with this shit, they'll be like, by the way, your shit with boxing. That'll be like a 5-minute conversation. Oh yeah, you know, I did this, did that, and Bob Earn was in on it, and Lou DiBella and the referees, and half of Las Vegas was in my pocket. We poisoned some shit, and But moving along, the human trafficking. It's gonna be like that. We're gonna be like, oh shit, and everyone's going to jail. Allegedly, possibly. But that's my fucking rant. Deal with it, because y'all called us crazy and excuse making, and it's all coming about now. And now we're finding out that somebody close to AJ is involved in this. Now it makes sense why Fury really was pushing for that fight, even when it didn't make any sense. I said he's coming off of a fucking loss. Why does he want to fight him? Why did he think that fight was going to happen so soon, so easy? What's going on here? Now we know. Wait a minute. Time out. I said, now we know. My brother Thomas says, why people that interview Glasser didn't press him about that post? Absolutely not. Which is why, first of all, that old crypt keeper faggot ass dude he's never invited here. He can go where the people want to blow him. All right? Because if he comes here to the Strong House, he'll fucking melt. He'll have a stroke right here on my fucking live stream. He will fucking die. And he'll just fall out of his seat.
See, Drew, sorry, Drew.
It'll be straight Daniel Kinahan questions. It'll be straight Daniel Kinahan. Matter of fact, if he ever an officer come up here, I want Art Hostage to do the interview. I'll just hang in the back. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's the old saying again, they're always the best. When the tide goes out, we'll see who's naked. And this is going to shine a light on a lot of corruption in boxing, aside from Daniel Kinahan. Okay, the whole of boxing is involved in the corruption, and it's at what level that they are involved in. That is the question now. It's not a question that no one's involved. Everyone is involved, and they've all got their snouts in the trough, and they're all worried about losing their income, losing their clout, losing their access, and that is why they've all buried their heads in the sand. But the time is coming very shortly where they're going to have to start answering some questions.
I'm going to love when the building falls on these motherfuckers' heads. Because not only all these motherfuckers deserve to go in jail, I ain't even going to lie to you. And this is the petty side of me. All these channels that haven't said anything, y'all the motherfuckers that was up for the clickbait. And it was never really about what's right or what's wrong. It was really about us. This is why you identify with guys like Bud Crawford. This is why you identify with guys that behave like a prime Mike Tyson outside the ring. This is why you identify with guys like Tank. Oh shit, he got a new tattoo. What the fuck? That guy, what the fuck? That's a bit much.
There's a word for that. And
What's
it's a
that?
very simple word. Dysfunctional.
It is.
Some people live by the dysfunctional. Wake up to it, go to sleep to it, die in it. That's the worst part.
Yeah, but we've also got to remember, Stormy B, man, that is a minority of people, not the vast majority of people who do not live in a dysfunctional world. Unfortunately, it's the dysfunctional people that are attracted to these gangster types, which get the prominence.
But let me help you with that, Art. It's the exception of the dysfunction by the mass, the overlooking of it, and not holding people accountable for it.
Yes.
That allows it to poison.
Yes.
Everything else.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're 100% right. And we've allowed ourselves to be dragged down into the sewer. And that is unfortunately where we seem to be at the moment. And it's not just in boxing, it's right across the board with society, with geopolitics, with everything. It's all approached from a negative, dare I say, even demonic, satanic kind of way.
That's the word. Satanic. That's the word. People exist. Dysfunction has become the new norm. I mean, just look at everything around us. Look at everything around us. Look at social media. Look on Instagram. Every time I'm scrolling, some new chick with a snatched waist and a big old ass pop up. I'm like, why is this? And this is every other fucking bitch. Black ones, white ones, Latinas. I saw an Asian chick with a fat ass. I thought I was looking at a unicorn, because that don't happen. I was, what the fuck is going on? And wow, this is where we at now? Nothing's original. Nothing's original. This is fucked up. And we amplify things that are mediocre so that by way of the media, it's accepted by excellence. They put it out there. You know, these things are not good. These things are not good at all. How the fuck do you defend? Yeah, I'm gonna go there. As an American, leave black out of it. As an American, what the fuck makes you justify Tyson Fury once you find out what he is and what he's done? Forget Deontay Wilder before he even got there. How do you accept that? Motherfuckers embraced him faster than anything I've ever seen. Lock Michael Vick up for dogs. It was dogs. I mean, we love dogs, but it was fucking dogs. Lock him up, take his money. He should never play again. Tyson Fury comes over here and does whatever the fuck he wants to do. We had refs saying, yo, this was the dirtiest motherfucker I've ever had to officiate ever in my life. And he had Galata like 2 or 3 times. Y'all don't remember Andrew Galata? Look it up. Y'all heard Steve Cunningham. He came on here on my show. Go check him on his Instagram, USS Cunningham. He talked about the Fury shit and how the system was in on it when he was in the ring with him then. They got cheated all night. All night. We've investigated ourselves and we found no wrongdoing. Michael Fox, WBA. Gloria, what's that bitch name? Esteban, whatever the fuck her name is. Gave her a slap on the wrist for robbing that poor kid. And she's back judging again. I did a video on it. Y'all paying attention? These are the things that we talk about in the Strong House. We might not get the latest fighter. We get throwback fighters like Freddie Pendleton. And when he talks, some motherfuckers laugh, but no. The industry ain't do him too well either. Reggie Johnson, same thing. Angel Man Freddy, same thing. This is what we do here. It's not about just talking about the latest fucking fights. We talk about the sport as a whole. And if you ain't got a fucking attention span, then sayonara. And before I go further, everyone go subscribe to my brother One Round with George. He's on our type of time. There's no reason why he shouldn't be over 1,000 fucking subs already. We talk boxing here. And how I found Art Hostage was because I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on and why people turning a blind eye to shit to us that was obvious. And I found him by accident on another channel. And I said, holy shit. That's the key. We didn't know. This is the shit I'm talking about. You're not going to hear this. And guess what? While we didn't know over here, everybody in the UK knew who Daniel Kinahan was. We didn't know. We didn't know. You're welcome. You can't call us crazy. Well, you can, but it's not going to stand because this motherfucker's on the run. Where's the lie about Daniel Kinahan? You notice ain't nobody making videos about us with Daniel Kinahan? Saying that we making it up. We should stop. This is my response to Drew Titan. Oh, I'm sorry, that nigga's dead. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is my response to Drew Titan. He's always talking about Daniel Kinahan. Nope. You know why? 2 reasons. They aren't educated on Daniel Kinahan, and they don't have the balls to do the research. Because if they did the research, they will find out that Art Hostage is right and I am right. They will find that. You know when there will be a big story that's unavoidable? When they lock him up and he throws all of boxing under the bus. It's getting close. This shit that Padilla did, it had nothing to do with Daniel Kinahan, but it's consistent with the atmosphere. Everything that we've been talking about. And it's never on our time. I never said Fury's going to go to prison right away. I said eventually it's going to get there. Somebody going to jail. I said that. I said it might not be next year. We want instant gratification. We want it now, but it's not going to happen right now. That shit that happened to, what's that fella's name? Hussein? Nadal Hussein? Do you understand that Manny Pacquiao fought him in 2000, the year 2000? And Padilla said that he did that shit. Go look at my last show. Go listen to what Stormy said on his premiere the other day. That was in 2000. We in 2022. I went to Nadal's Instagram and I DM'd him. I want to get him on the show. And the video's up and he said, this is what people do to your career. He knew. He walked around that shit for 20 years. Can you imagine? After the fight, he's like, yo, I got robbed. Don't nobody want to hear that. And he was in the Philippines. Blah, blah, blah. You making excuses. What does that sound like? Michael Fox. What the fuck? Y'all saw the fight. They tried to skin gloves. The commission was back there. No one saw that. And I beat him. And I got robbed. And you suspended this bitch for fucking up the card, but they didn't reverse the call. They didn't even make it a no contest. Yeah, we're gonna suspend her, but we didn't see any wrongdoing. The decision stands. Was that right? If you're gonna suspend her, that means she did something wrong. That means he really won. Nothing to see here. So nothing happened to Deontay Wilder. Jack Reese didn't give a long call, a long count. We all saw it. Second fight, Deontay goddamn near wobbled out the corner in the first round. I said, what the fuck's wrong? I had people that don't watch boxing look at me and say, what's wrong with your man? Does he smoke? Right here in the guard that happened. But he just lost though, right? Then we see deflated gloves, a dent in his head, nothing to see here. Then Nicholas Asbury blows a spot and say, yo, look at these gloves. Video! Video! Look at these gloves. Look what they're trying to do to me. Brought him on the Stronghouse. He said it again. His story never changed. You had I think the German fella. He said the night before I fought Fury, I had some food at the hotel. Me and my wife was poisoned. I almost pulled out the fight. He couldn't stop shitting. But nothing to see here. It's impossible that he can get jerked and robbed, right? Wilder Fury 3, we saw the 4th round. Before that, 4 days before the fight, I'm like, why they change the ref from Ortega to Russell Mora? This was his first heavyweight assignment. Why'd they do that? I called Tay Jones. He contacted Malik. He said, yo, he got the go in 4. And he had him in 4 rounds. It was a long count there. Then round 11, he's bouncing around like it's round 1. I'm in the stands like, what the fuck is that? 6'9", 300 pounds with all that energy. Wait a minute. The fight was supposed to happen in July. He caught COVID, but was seen walking around, renting cars with no mask on. Then he flies to his sick daughter in the UK. Then comes back to America and gets some phantom injections for his elbow. And he's bouncing around in round 11 like it was round 1. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, right? It's all impossible. And then this Daniel Kinahan shit comes up. And then we find out Bob Arum gave this man over $8 million in consultant fees. Why? Then MTK, everybody from the UK had an MTK Global shirt on in Vegas. There were dozens. The company is gone now. There's a no-fly list. The heavyweight champion can't fly to his $1 million mansion in fucking Vegas. But nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. You ask your favorite hater channel, why haven't they said anything about anything that I've said? And ask them, why am I lying? Everything I said is 100% fact. From the cheating refs, to the consultant fees, to Daniel Kinahan, to Fury not being able, his whole goddamn family can't fly here, even the fucking baby. Nobody can fly here. If your last name is Fury and you're related to them, you can't come here. Derek Chisora said there was some cheating going on in the previous fights. He said, what? He said, I can't talk about it because he has a gag order in the contract. Stop me when I'm lying. And I have a crystal ball. There's going to be haters talking shit about this today. But talk shit about me. But you're not going to talk shit about the facts. You're not going to say, well, Drew's lying. You're going to get on there, oh, you motherfucker, he's on steroids, and he got a big forehead, and I don't give a fuck, and he has a Christmas tree in the back, and yeah. I'm on my purpose. This is what it looks like, y'all. Just the fact. You remember Dragnet? Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts, ma'am. Because all you motherfuckers that are not on the facts, y'all are bitches. So I'm going to call you ma'am. I'll show you respect as a woman. Chicks with dicks. Just the facts, ma'am. Tank getting people kicked off of Twitter? What? What? We're in the age of homos. Screenshot that. It's fucking homo behavior. Ow. Ow. You still got motherfuckers talking about Deontay twerking. Why are you, a man, talking about another man twerking? What's really good with you? What's really good with you? Why are you a man talking about another man dancing? Huh? Have y'all seen Telly? Beautiful woman. If y'all had a beautiful woman like Telly and she asked you to twerk, you better get in that bedroom and get busy. And I'm not trying to sound dirty. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all ain't never stripped for y'all wife, there's something wrong with y'all. Beard belly or not. You understand? You understand me? You never seen AJ's fucking wife. You never seen Dillian White's wife. I heard he was a father at 13. Why is he rolling around talking about, why is this guy, Krugen? I saw a picture that Krugen took a Dillian with a bunch of heart signs or like a filter. I saw, look, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there, but okay. And then AJ's coming over here going to the fucking village. Ow. There's a lot of weirdos around here. Men aren't men. There needs to be a crusade. Someone needs to give a class.
Yeah, Drew, also, let's not forget recently when Deontay Wilder released that music video, you could see there's genuine love between his wife and himself. And that was a wonderful video. I mean, you know, that didn't get much attention. Perhaps why? Because it was genuine, decent, wholesome love between a man and his wife.
A man and his wife. A man and his wife. A man and his wife. Whenever you see D roll up to a fight and you see the video, I remember Ego when he put his intro when he was filming them walk into the arena. You saw him holding his baby and walking with his wife. Do y'all understand how powerful that is, especially from a black couple? This shit is deeper than you thought. This is not only an attack on boxing. Come to find out, it's an attack on black masculinity, man. This is a masculine man. A man. Meanwhile, a masculine man is being overshadowed or trying to be replaced by a fucking dude doing shit like this.
Tyson Fury being spoken to by Ben Davison. And there's the moment. The pre-fight kiss. I have never, ever seen that before.
If Deontay did that, yeah, you would never hear the end of it. He fucking kissed the man on the mouth. Dillian White with Krugen making gay jokes. AJ in a bowl of dick soup. Every time you see AJ, he's with a bunch of dudes with his fucking shirt off. Hold on a minute. I mean, since we on point, y'all should have never did this, man. Y'all should have never did this, man. Y'all know I got. Where's that? Go ahead and cook, Art. I'm looking for this picture.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it just shows you how, you know, how the bottom of the barrel we are now, just with the morals and the ethics, okay, of, you know, right across society, you know, and now we're finding that common denominators amongst the world's top fighters is drug cartel bosses. We've got Tyson Fury and Daniel Kinahan. We've now got potentially AJ and Ryan James Hale. Now, at the moment, okay, people don't know his name like they know Daniel Kinahan's name that we've been sharing, but he's another one. 10 tons, 20 tons of cocaine, drug cartel boss. And this is what we're facing now. We're facing now that these connections are being established, and the question is, how much longer can the dam hold and before people start to talk about it? And all those who refuse to talk about it and put their head in the sand, you wait. Once it becomes mainstream, they'll all jump on board and they'll all be critical, but literally just gaslighting, because they've had opportunities for the last months and even years to comment. But no, they kept quiet and they, you know, turned the other cheek. But now the time's coming where they won't be able to do that.
Because we've been on it. And let me be very clear, family. Let me be very, very clear with y'all. All right. When they do that, Art Hostage, myself, Stormy, we'll think about accepting your fucking apology. Just remember, you've heard all this shit first.
And Tay Jones.
And Tay Jones. And you know, especially shout out to Tay Jones. Because he was the one that talked about phone calls he got and everything else, and everybody came for his head and said he was fucking crazy. Man, fuck all of y'all. If y'all not apologizing to him, fuck all of y'all, man. Because he's been on it. There go AJ right there. What the fuck is that? Y'all like clowning, right? Clown this. Wait, hold on. Hold on. That could be nothing. Y'all hug y'all brothers like that? Not since I was like 5. It's a grown-ass man. Wait a minute. Y'all ready?
Whoa! That's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, frog money courting, he did ride Crambo. Frog money courting, he did ride Crambo.
What the fuck
is that? I have never been in a club and sat next to my peoples like that.
Well, Drew, I'll tell you what I'm more concerned about is the gun gesture, the man sitting with his arm round Anthony Joshua. That is denoting that there is a gangster connection there. You see, it's all this gang stuff. That's what I look at. You know, who is this man next to him and the other guy? You see, I mean, if they weren't sportsmen, if that wasn't Anthony Joshua, okay, the boxer, right, we would look at those three guys and we'd say, what are they, gangsters? We would assume immediately, are they, because their gestures, their dress sense, the mannerisms, okay, and it doesn't matter whether they're African-American, whether they're white, whatever they are, gangster is gangster is gangster, and that is what we're seeing from that photograph.
Absolutely. All right. And then there's one more way to look at that photograph with those fingers like that. Those very well might be the fingers that he took and put in AJ's rear end. And you have to also think and consider when these guys roll like that, don't no man take photos with another man ear to ear. Okay? There's something wrong with that. And lastly, allow me to just simply put it like this. I don't have to see the doo-doo stains on the front of his underwear to know what the hell is going on here. Okay? I'm a grown man. I'm damn near 60 years old, man, and I ain't gonna look at this and say everything is cool. It ain't cool. There's something wrong with that. And there's something wrong with anybody out there that thinks that, you know, they're just chums. To hell with you.
Well, I mean, all I can say, if you're talking about those things, Stormy, and I'm nearly 60 as well, all I would say is if AJ's going to do it, he better take his watch off, otherwise that'll make your eyes water. Look at the size of that watch. I mean, that's what they're into, ain't they? All that stuff, and is it fisting and all that stuff they talk about? Yeah, well, AJ, take your watch off before you do it, because honestly, it might hurt.
Listen. I know motherfuckers gonna try and chop this up and say that we're schmag bashing or whatever it is you want to try and paint. Let me be very clear when I say this though. Fuck you very much, because that's not what this is. What I'm saying is I have a problem with motherfuckers masking around as if they're men when they really get down a certain way. If you're mad at Deontay Wilder for twerking or you want to clown him for twerking, but the real issue is you liked it, then go seek help. Because I'm not talking about it. I play that Tyson Fury shit, kiss another man, as to say, yo, look, you're talking about that. That means you must be clowning that. Because y'all lost the Deontay roast when Fury has a rap sheet of talking about how he likes black cock and everything else. He's been saying shit like that. So stop talking about the twerking shit. That's all I'm saying. This isn't an attack on that community.
No. What this is exposing organised crime activity, drug dealing, illegal actions, okay, whilst at the same time trying to portray themselves as upstanding members of the community, okay, looking out for the public, when in fact, actually, they're down and dirty with organised criminals and drug cartel bosses. I look at this from an organised crime and drug cartel sense, nothing to do with anything personal. Those are little jokes and things that we may have, but the serious issue here is the connections between organised crime, drug cartel bosses and the world of boxing, and those links have been firmly established, okay, and it's about time that someone started calling them out on this.
Listen to this. Focus Board just sent me this article from 2019. Anthony Joshua labeled a money grabber after storm over gay comments. Anthony Joshua has sparked outrage over comments he made when discussing Saudi Arabia's human rights record towards homosexuality. The British heavyweight travels to the country in December, where he will look to reclaim his 3 world titles from Andy Ruiz Jr. in the eagerly awaited rematch. But the discussion to host, I need some glasses. The fight in a country where homosexuality is illegal immediately caused concern when it was announced last month. Now Joshua has discussed Saudi's shocking human rights record in an interview with the BBC. Over here, BBC means big black cock. That's why I kind of like snicker when I hear that, when I see that. But remained tight-lipped over BBC, remained tight-lipped. This is so AJ. Over whether it was the right decision to take his big money fight amid the controversy. So he made some comments. Damn, homosexuality could be received by a death penalty over there? Jeez, my gosh. Joshua said there are certain policies that are in place in the country, and there are certain policies we have to abide by. And I abide by the law, and that's just how it goes in certain places. If you can't come to the country, you can still watch it. You're still open to support, and I appreciate your support from every community. Okay, well, look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. He didn't have a choice but to go to Dubai because he does what fucking Master Eddie tells him to do. You know what I mean?
And are there any connections or, you know, the questions that need to be asked to Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn is, have you ever met Ryan James Hale? In what circumstances? Have you ever met them? You know, I mean, has there been any business dealings? Because he is now right below Daniel Kinahan. We know of the established connections between Daniel Kinahan and Eddie Hearn. Okay, well, you know, questions now is the latest kingpin drug cartel boss arrested, Ryan James Hale. What connections, if any, and what meetings, if any, have ever taken place? You know, is this person, you know, just friends with David Ganache? Has he been to any receptions or any events where Anthony Joshua have been and Eddie Hearn have been? I mean, that's the next thing that we need to look at. And I think it's legitimate of us to ask, don't you, Drew?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. These are questions. And, you know, whether he likes it or not, there's going to be a point where he's going to get questioned. Who do you know? Who do you know?
I mean, exactly. I mean, we established that connection with KD Sports Promotions and David Ganache and Ryan Hale. And now Ryan Hale's under arrest in Dubai. And David Ganache is a confirmed, very close friend, advisor for over 15 years of Anthony Joshua. So have their paths crossed? And if so, we'd like to know about it.
Man, AJ gonna have that light shine on his forehead. He gonna start sweating. He gonna shit his pants. My brother Hardbody J Timo just sent me something on Instagram. Somebody randomly this morning sent him a DM. Let me make this faggot famous, because these faggots are everywhere. And when I'm saying faggot, I'm talking on a street level now. All right. So some faggot named Matt Davies sends him a DM random. I'm looking right at it, and it says, Wilder is a pussy. Now, Hardbody J Timo doesn't talk boxing on his Instagram, but on his bio, he does have an LDBC shirt. So some white guy in a picture with his fucking, let me go to his Instagram, because he might be blocked on my Instagram. Let's look for Mr. Matt Davies. Matt Davies. Oh, that seems to be a fucking popular name. But let's do this. Mr. __. How many underscores does this coward have?
If all they've got, Drew, is to throw juvenile schoolyard comments, then you know you're over the target and you've won the argument.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I found him. Let's make him famous real quick. Let's make him famous. Let's do this. Present. All right. This is the scumbag right here. Look like his sister. Look. Don't ask to follow if you don't know me. Happily married, proud dad, sci-fi film geek, loves food and exercise in that order. You look like your wife takes the strap on to your buttocks. You fairy. This piece of shit. You know what? Let me not violate the woman. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that bitch too. You married this fucking scumbag. He randomly DM'd Hardbody J Timo and said Wilder is pussy. Now let me analyze this. The brother has a LDBC shirt, all right, in his pic somewhere. I don't think J Timo's account is private, so he obviously went over there. Let me tell you what this also might be. He's J Timo supports Deontay, so that obviously pisses this scumbag off, right? I know why my account is private, because I want to keep motherfuckers like this out, all right? But you only got 262 followers. You're not important. But he loves food and exercise. What do we know about Hardbody J Timo? What do we know about? All right, but first, let me do this. I'm going to block this faggot. All right? Block. Okay? So he's blocked. But I'm making you famous. You faggot. All right? You fairy. Okay? But what do we know about Hardbody J Timo? Look. Loves food and exercise. Exercise. When I say things like that, I'm saying it for a reason, family. Now, what do we know about Hardbody J Timo? Well, I'll show you. This is what he does. He helps people exercise and win bodybuilding competitions. As a matter of fact, that's Hardbody J Timo right there. Does it make sense now? That's him. Have y'all ever seen Hardbody J Timo? There you go. So I tell people, don't hate on me. Talk to him. Does it make sense? That faggot said, I love food and exercise. So he's probably killing all his exercise by eating a bag of fucking Cheetos. Or whatever the fuck is, he ODs on crumpets, whatever the fuck they eat across the pond. I don't know. So he probably went there. Not only he saw LDBC shirt, but he saw that shit. And he doesn't DM him, how do I get like you? He says, Wilder's pussy. No, motherfucker, your pussy. And your wife's pussy stinks. Do something. Matter of fact, that ain't even your wife, motherfucker. That bitch look like your sister. That's your brother on some Dwayne Wade's daughter shit. Man, fuck you and everything you stand for. 90 shots, motherfucker. Take that.
Take that!
Bitch. Well, I've been on here long enough, man. I got shit to do. Man, Art Hostage, man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Drew. It's always a pleasure just to bring updates. And as I say, I mean, there's nowhere left for authorities to go now. They are at the neck of the snake. It's the Kinahans or bust. That's it.
And I think in 2023, we're going to see something big happen by springtime. Something really big is going to happen. I just foresee it. The Sensei Stormy B, man. Let everyone know what time it is.
It's time for y'all to wake up, man, and stop being asleep on everything that's going on around you, whether we're talking about this sport or whether we're talking about the world. Because I heard Drew say earlier, talking about going back to the football player, the brother for Michael Vick for the Dogs. And then now recently we had the basketball player, Kyrie Irving. If you guys don't think that there is an agenda to push forth against a community of people, wake up. And the whole point of this that I'm speaking on is this. When I spoke earlier about the acceptance of dysfunction, that's how these things can happen, because they can keep you distracted and even coming at us instead of standing up for yourselves. That's my message. Appreciate you having me on with you this week, Drew. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And everybody can find me right on YouTube. Stormy B Man is the channel.
And salute to you guys, man. Wake up, y'all. We're not the enemy. We're not even the athletes. We just see shit. Research it yourself. I'll say it again, research it yourself. There was some bullshit going on, talking about CC said something, and nobody went and reviewed it for themselves. They just took it and ran with it. And the piece of shit faggot ass dude that did that, you's a bitch ass dude for that. You's a bitch dude. You need to get your ass kicked. Screenshot that.
Drew, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Drew, can you allow me to comment? I'm using my Sheriff Art Hostage account, so can you allow me to comment? Because while my other one, I haven't got the SIM card, I can't comment on your things.
Oh, what do you need me to put in?
Allow Sheriff Art Hostage to comment. I've been subscribed a week or so.
Oh, sure.
You know, you gave me a spanner as Art Hostage. Well, Sheriff Art Hostage is me as well. It's just that the other one.
Comment right now. Comment right now.
Let me see. Okay. No, it won't let. No, there's no. I can't comment. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry. Let me try and comment on the other one. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry about this, everyone.
It's okay.
You know that I'm not very good at this.
I just turned subscribers mode off.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'll put here my Art Hostage channel. Okay. Then I'll put it up there. You see me there now?
Yep.
And you just need to allow me to comment.
Yeah, I got you. You're a moderator now. You in?
Oh, lovely.
Absolutely.
That's great. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, I mean, what I think to happen, I mean, I'm not very techno up, but I've now got to wait for a SIM card so I can get back into my YouTube channel, my other one.
Yeah, bro, shit happens, man. Let me go to that channel and sub. There you go. You're in, brother. There you go. Gotcha. Well, it's been a fun week, man. It's been a great fucking Fridays. They probably won't monetize this shit, but I don't care. All right. It's all good, brother. And the general's on, y'all. Let's head over there. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.